Hello, people. How are we doing? It's another week, another time to discuss the World Cup. It's been an eventful weekend, and we are here to talk about the game that was played yesterday between England, Senegal, and obviously France versus Poland. And I have with me my brother and friend, Mr. Silas. How are you doing today, my bro?
I'm fine. It's good to be here again to discuss football and then to talk about World Cup.
Yeah.
May I cover my highs and shame because I trusted Senegal very well, but they fell cheaply. The
Yeah.
bigger lions, maybe because there are three lions, consumed Terenga lions because we're not told how many Terenga happened to be, but we knew three lions devour Terenga lions. So,
Yeah.
well, and it's 3-0. So I take it with good heart. It's football.
Mm.
It's one of those things.
Yeah. Yeah. They played really well, didn't they? But before we go
Yeah.
into the England game, we'll talk first of all about the French team, the France versus Poland game. That was a mouth-watering game with the kind
Massacre.
of goals we saw in that game. Beautiful, beautiful. And obviously, what better way to start than talk about Olivier Giroud now breaking the record for the all-time goal scorer for France, surpassing the
France. Yeah.
legend, Thierry Henry.
Well, Olivier Giroud, massive one, excellent one. I did
Yeah,
talk about him the last time.
yeah.
He actually equaled the record that has
Mm,
been in place for long. He has seen
yeah,
it all in the French league before moving to the Premier League with Arsenal, with
yeah,
Chelsea,
yeah.
and AC Milan. This guy has not just been in the game for years. His massive level of improvement showed that the older the wine, the better the taste. And that is what
Yeah,
Olivier Giroud has given us. He has seen it
yeah.
all. Breaking the record and surpassing the record in this particular World Cup tells you that
Mm,
it's not for fluke. This is
yeah.
his fourth World Cup and then he's doing well. So excellent for him.
Mm,
Massive. I'm so
yeah,
happy because not just him scoring the goal to break Thierry Henry's record, but also
yeah.
scoring goals that will help France get to this particular height in the tournament. Remember,
Exactly.
I thought, I think, during the World Cup in Russia, then everyone of us were complaining about the fact that that Deschamps actually trusts this guy to the point at which he lets him into his attack, then bring him in home to get him the goals.
Yeah,
This is high level of confidence and trust the coach will have on a particular player. And then it's
exactly.
not disappointing. Massive for Giroud, massive for Didier Deschamps
Mm,
to have
mm.
trust this guy over the years. And then
Yeah,
this is the product that we're seeing right now.
exactly, exactly. And to talk about the game, 3-1, beautiful
Ah,
win.
well, if we have to talk about the game, I will only say this. What do you expect when you have a young man who has Pelé as his role model? You expect him to do extraordinary things.
Yeah,
Kylian Mbappe, permit
yeah.
me to call him the full name, Kylian Tani Mbappe.
Mm,
Excellent, excellent, lovely. You see these
mm,
goals, you see those goals yesterday, tells you that these guys can shoot, he has visions, he has power behind this play and so on. He plays, he moves to the wings. You don't know when it gets to go past you, and then when
mm.
he sees just a blink of opportunity, and then he puts
And
the ball
takes it.
there.
Yeah,
Wonderful, excellent.
yeah.
He made Shenzhen just ordinary with those goals.
Mm,
Those
mm,
goals were not ordinary, but the the level at which that guy shot at goal yesterday was excellent,
mm,
massive. He's just 23. Who knows
mm,
if France goes beyond this level and wins the World Cup, we may have another Pelé winning 3 World Cups because he
mm,
still has age on his side. He can still go
mm,
for 2, 3 World Cups and then
mm.
he can do wonders.
Can do wonders. I mean, I was well impressed, with Mbappe, and obviously he's now well ahead in the goal scoring chart with 5 goals.
Yeah, exactly.
Every
Five
other
goals now.
person, the next person is on 3, so he's well ahead of them, doing really well. In fact, I don't see
Ah,
anyone stopping him. Even
ah,
England.
I feel at
feel
this point
that
we
game
shall.
against England, they would have to do something extraordinary to stop him, unless
I
he's
feel at
just
this
having
point
a
we should
bad
just
day.
start calling him the Golden Boy, because
Mm,
it's looking obvious, because you
yeah,
don't get to score more than 6, 7 or max.
the
The
World Cup.
highest we've
Yeah,
seen in World Cup is 9 or 8. I can't remember.
yeah, I think it's 9. Yeah,
9 close.
yeah,
The German close who
yeah.
had 9. So and
Mm,
hardly can you see somebody get 6, 7, 8
mm,
in a World Cup year. And this is just round of 16.
mm,
This young man has
mm,
5 already. So I expect him to do more. If he
yeah.
continues like this, then expect more from him.
Yeah, massive, massive win for France. And Poland, I don't think they gave a good account of themselves, really, because they were a bit poor in all areas. And even when they had the penalty, they were lucky to get a replay, you know, if not for Lloris stepping off his line, that would have been a very, very poor penalty. In the first,
I,
the first instance, they had a little chance and they still couldn't take that little chance to get themselves back in. Well, I think at that point the game was lost anyway.
Thank you for bringing up this issue of penalty. I've been looking for an opportunity to talk about it. I feel it's a big when the issue of penalty came,
Yeah,
and we're told by the laws that the goalkeeper needs to have 2 of his foot or
on the
at
line.
least one on the line
Yeah.
before the ball is being played. I thought it's going to be easy, but later on, after several reviews, I saw that it's a big disadvantage to the goalkeeper than the playing player, in the sense that you are giving the goalkeeper an opportunity that he must have one of his leg on the line. While the attacking player, there's no caution for how many steps, the number of fakes, the number of trial it takes before he hits the ball. You could see yesterday that even when the first ball was taken and the goalkeeper crossed the line to get it, Lewandowski had like 2 to 3 faking before taking the ball, and eventually he missed the ball. So, which I feel it's okay, because when you're giving me a body language of 3 times to take the ball, it means you have already taken it, and I can take my
Yeah,
step
and you're
outside.
already making me make my move.
Yeah, you're already making
Yeah,
me make my move. You
yeah,
cancelled it. The second one again he played, he did the same thing. He jumped 3 times.
3 times. Yeah.
So it's always hard to quantify how you break the jumping or the movement of a player before kicking the ball. But if you should look at it clearly, the number of times he jumped had the goalkeeper dived already before shooting it. So it already gives you an advantage that the goalkeeper has gone to one side, and then you have another side to shoot
Try
it.
to
So
put it
I
in.
feel
Yeah.
IFAB or whoever is responsible for the law needs to actually review this penalty law. To me, it's a big disadvantage for goalkeepers.
Goalkeepers, yeah. I totally agree. I totally agree. Because I used to think before you were not allowed to even do that before you take a penalty. You just do your run,
That's been
take a
the order
penalty.
before now. That's
Yeah.
been the
But
order before
now
now.
you're
But
allowed to do all these feints, and obviously it puts the goalkeeper in
yeah,
a disadvantageous position where they're trying to, okay, he's done this now. Am I going or he's done, So
yeah, sure.
it's difficult. It's difficult for the goalkeepers, and like you said, it will be worth them having a review of it to help both the keeper and the player at the same time, not helping one and leaving the other one short. So yeah. Anyway,
It's
France
what it
winning.
is.
Yeah, it is what it is. France
Yeah.
beating Poland and now moving on to the next stage of the competition. And they will be playing England, who played against Senegal and beat Senegal comfortably, like you said at the beginning, 3-0. I felt it was so comfortable. In fact, this is, to me, the best England game I've seen because of how Senegal made it comfortable for them. Yeah, it was too easy.
Exactly. Massive, excellent for England. Every one of us doubted Gareth Southgate when he released his World Cup squad about 4 or 5 days to the World Cup. Then, a lot of us had our comments: his political squad, is this squad, is that squad, and I feel the young man has proved us
Yeah, he has
He has
proved
proved
every
himself
doubter
right.
wrong now.
He has kept every one of us mute at this particular point
Mm,
with that win against Senegal, because no one expected it to be that cheap. No one expected it to be a massacre. No one expected it to be an easy throw for them against Senegal. But one thing I feel helped them in that game was the fact that there's a lot of fluidity in the team. There's a lot of young energy, vibrant, and then there's a lot of tweaking in the team. You have Bellingham yesterday. You have Declan Rice. You have
Henderson.
Bellingham, Declan Rice, and
Henderson.
Kane. Now, aside from the fact that you had Henderson and Kane, these three guys were actually we hardly had an opportunity to express where exactly they were playing, because they were just moving. Their involvement in the game was just all around. We don't know who is moving to the left, who is moving to the right. It became so hard for Senegal to comprehend, and that's what brought the goal. Bellingham, awesome. He just showed yesterday that he has been playing in the World Cup maybe like 2 or 3 times before now, because his drive was excellent. Then another thing that he did yesterday that was a big surprise to me, and it was a tactical brilliance on his side, was the fact that he played Henderson. One of the reasons he played Henderson in that game was because he needed someone to match the Senegalese bone to bone, strength to strength, and energy to energy. While the Senegalese were trying to put up their mind games and then be stronger and be rigid, we had Henderson flowing, and then Declan Rice had the opportunity to operate not just as 4, but as a natural player in that game. So Henderson was a workaholic. He was the bridge between the front line and the back line, and also he was helping Declan Rice in the middle, giving opportunity for Bellingham to operate, and then Harry Kane coming into the midfield to help. So it was more or less like whenever England had the opportunity to play with the ball yesterday, there were about 5-6 players on attacking roles. And then whenever they lose the ball again, we have Bellingham, Henderson, Declan Rice, and then a particular Harry Kane again coming from the front to help them in the middle, making 4 defensive players in that particular game again. That was awesome. It was overwhelming for Senegal to deal with. So I give it to Gareth Southgate. Excellent, awesome, tactical brilliance from the side yesterday.
Yeah, well done to them. Well done to them.
But I felt they were lucky to have escaped, especially Kyle Walker, to have escaped that yellow card early.
True. They were lucky. And good saves as well at the beginning when Senegal tried to do something at the beginning, where I think Pickford made the save. You know, I can't remember who tried to take the shot, if it was Dia or someone. I think or Dieng, one of them.
Or Ismail Assar. I can't actually remember who had that shot. I shouted good already.
Then
I never knew where that hand came from, and then stopped the ball.
It's a big hand, massive hand, you know. I mean, he's had his critics as well, Pickford, but to be fair, he's done well so far. You know,
he's very composed yesterday. He's kept excellently composed.
He's kept the other 2 on the bench. You know, no one has come to, oh, you made an error in this game, so let's try out, you know, this other goalkeeper. Even in the 3rd game, in the group stages, where you normally keepers are rotated, or, you know, you rotate more players, he still kept his spot. So well done to him. You know, he's done well so far.
That's one of the problems with you being a goalkeeper.
That's
one of the problems with you being the second goalkeeper, because football has made it that you only have a single spot as a goalkeeper, and then chances are that you may not have the opportunity to replace the first place goalkeeper anytime, because it's always hard to put them aside whenever they are doing well. A typical example is Germany. We have a particular Ter Stegen who has been awesome for over 6-7 years now. But whenever you get to Germany, you don't get to replace Neuer. And it's always painful, because we know the level, the pedestal at which Ter Stegen is. But will you blame Neuer for being the first choice? Neuer too has been awesome too. So it's always hard for goalkeepers to come in.
That's very true. Yeah, so today, obviously, the World Cup continues, guys, and we have a few games today again for the round of 16. Day 3 of the round of 16. We have Japan playing Croatia at 3 p.m. today. And we also have the likes of Brazil playing South Korea as well later today at 7 p.m. My guy, what do you make of those games today?
my fear is I hope the Asian brothers won't go back.
I hope so. I mean, they might call an upset and they'll be playing each other in the next round. You know?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm just a bit skeptical that hope the Asian brothers will not get to say goodbye together.
Yeah.
By both of them joining the same plane tomorrow. I hope so. But
I'm reminiscing on what could have been. So, oh, you know, if we had done this, maybe we will not be here right now and all that. But I actually see one of them causing an upset. Maybe Japan, more Japan than South Korea, because South Korea, you know, maybe a better Portuguese team would have beaten them. But against Brazil, they will find it very, very tough because all their guys are back now, the first team players. I'm not sure Neymar is fully fit yet, but, you know, they would have a full strength squad. I know Gabriel Jesus as well is injured. So apart from Jesus and Neymar, they should have a full strength squad and they will be dangerous. They will be dangerous. So it would take a lot for South Korea to actually beat them. And I'm sure they are still hurting. In as much as they had already qualified, they're probably still hurting from that loss to Cameroon. So they'll probably come out all guns blazing, you know, try and destroy South Korea. You know, let everyone know that they are still here.
In as much as I want to believe that it's a done game for Brazil against South Korea, I feel there's going to be a big fight between Croatia and Japan. A big fight in the sense that we actually rely on the strength, on the knowledge, on the experience and maturity on the side of Kramaric, Kovacic, Modric, and the likes, and even the coach himself, Dalic, and so on, to actually do wonder when they play against Japan. But there's another thing that we also need to look at is the fact that this Japanese side are very, very tough. Tough in the sense that they are quick, they keep the passes, they don't get to lose the ball easily. And then whenever they get to lose the ball again, before you know it, you have 2-3 surrounding you to fight for the ball.
To try and get
strong with an aged squad in Croatia able to deal with is the question when they get to play at 3 p.m. today.
Very true.
You never can tell. The brilliance of Modric, Kovacic, and the likes may tear them apart. But when you look at it, when you leave it to a man-to-man shoulder game, I feel Japan still have what it takes to give a good fight in that game. Who knows? Maybe this will be our first game that will be entering into the extra time. I'm waiting for a game that will take us to extra time.
True. I feel that game might do that. The Japan-Croatia game. It might. I've actually gone for that in my predictions. I've gone for a draw and obviously into extra time, maybe even penalties, and then one team. Well, I think Japan might. If it goes all the way, then maybe Croatia. Maybe Croatia. Because I'm not sure how good Japanese are at taking penalties. But I know one or two Croatians might be good at penalty taking, like the likes of Modric and maybe the likes of Kramaric in front. They might be good at penalties, but you don't know about the rest of the team.
On a good day for a goalkeeper, no one is good at taking penalties.
True. Very true.
That's the irony. On a good day for a goalkeeper,
it's only recently I've started watching penalty shootouts. Even if it's not my team, I hate it. I completely don't like it. You know, it's one of those things I don't really like watching because it's a game of chance. Anybody can actually win on the day. You know, it's just how well you take your penalties and how poor maybe the keeper is. You know, because penalties, man, penalties. I'm not a big fan. So anytime my team, Arsenal, is in penalties or anything like that, I can't watch. I can't bring myself
then
to
you
watch.
you are jogging club. Hope you know that jogging club don't get to watch
Yeah, he doesn't
penalties.
watch
Whenever
penalties.
his team gets to play, it turns
He
aside.
turns his back. Yeah, I know. I noticed. And I want the first time I saw it, I was like, wow, that's me, If I was a manager, that's exactly what I'll be doing, because I can't bring myself to watch. It's difficult, very difficult. But hopefully, whoever gets into that, may the best team actually win. I feel that will probably happen in that game against Japan and Croatia. But apart from that, I think the Brazil one might be, at least we should get a winner in that one, I feel. There should be a winner in 90 minutes.
I feel we should have a winner in 90 minutes,
Yeah,
depending on how quick the likes of Richarlison and Co are able to convert their chances.
Their chances,
I feel they've rested a lot of players for that game. Silva has been rested, Casemiro rested, even the first choice goalkeeper has been rested. So they have a lot of players who they will bring into the team to play. And then another good thing is the coach decided to have decided to have played Eder Militao all through to this particular time because he needs someone that is extraordinary fit to complement the strength of Silva. And then playing Eder Militao all through the group stages keeps him fit. It helps him to do the dirty job when they play in a game like today, and then allow Thiago Silva with his age and maturity to do the sweeping whenever there's an error at the back line. So I feel tactically, if Brazil knows exactly what they are doing, it's a Senegal game. It's a win for them.
Yeah, it should be. It should be. It should be. Okay, my dear friend. Thank you very much again for being part of this show today. And thank you, viewers, for listening in. I'm sure you have enjoyed all we've talked about, and we shall be bringing you more on our daily review. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your World Cup today, and watch out for more content from us. Okay? Thank you, guys.
Don't check this